What makes a woman lose respect for a man? Have you ever wondered why some relationships don't end because love disappears, but because respect does? The scary part is that respect rarely disappears overnight. It fades quietly. One broken promise, one excuse, one lie, one moment where she realizes the man she believed in isn't the man standing in front of her anymore. And here's the truth most people never talk about. A woman can still love a man she no longer respects. But once respect is gone, love slowly begins to suffocate. Today, we're exploring the psychology behind what makes a woman lose respect for a man, and why many men don't even realize it's happening until it's too late. Most people think attraction is what keeps relationships alive. It isn't. Attraction starts relationships. Respect keeps them alive. Imagine building a beautiful house on wet sand. From the outside, everything looks perfect. The paint shines, the furniture is expensive, the photographs on the wall show smiling faces. Underneath, the foundation is collapsing. Respect works the same way. Without it, every disagreement feels bigger. Every disappointment cuts deeper. Every apology means less than the one before. Psychologists often describe respect as trust mixed with admiration. It's believing someone is emotionally safe, dependable, and consistent. When those qualities disappear, respect follows. Imagine Sarah. When she met Daniel, he wasn't rich. He wasn't famous. He wasn't perfect. But he was reliable. If he said he'd call, he called. If he made a promise, he kept it. If he made a mistake, he admitted it. She respected him because his actions matched his words. Years later, Daniel hasn't changed physically, but something else has. He constantly says he'll change. Tomorrow, next week, next month. He starts projects and never finishes them. He blames everyone else when things go wrong. He tells little lies to avoid uncomfortable conversations. Sarah still loves him, but she no longer looks at him the same way. Not because he failed, because he stopped being accountable. That's how respect quietly dies. Psychology teaches us that consistency builds trust. Integrity isn't about never making mistakes. It's about being the same person behind closed doors as you are in public. When a man constantly says one thing and does another, the brain starts noticing patterns. Eventually, those broken promises stop sounding hopeful. They start sounding predictable. Respect cannot survive inconsistency forever. Many people confuse emotional strength with emotional suppression. They're not the same. A mature man doesn't explode every time life becomes difficult. He also doesn't disappear emotionally. Instead, he communicates. He listens. He takes responsibility for his emotions instead of making everyone else responsible for fixing them. Women often lose respect when they feel they're raising a partner instead of building a future with one. No one wants to parent the person they're supposed to admire. Life is unfair. Everyone experiences setbacks. But there's a difference between having problems and becoming your problems. Some people blame their boss, their parents, their childhood, the economy, their friends, their ex, everyone, except themselves. Personal responsibility is deeply attractive because it signals growth. Victimhood signals helplessness, and helplessness slowly erodes respect. Here's something fascinating. Research in psychology suggests small lies often damage trust more than big confessions. Why? Because small lies happen repeatedly. They teach someone that reality constantly changes depending on convenience. If someone lies about little things, how can they be trusted with big ones? Respect isn't destroyed by one lie. It's destroyed by the realization that honesty has become optional. This doesn't mean every man needs millions in the bank. Purpose isn't measured by income. It's measured by commitment. A woman can deeply respect a man working toward a dream. But it's much harder to respect someone drifting through life with no intention of improving anything. Direction creates confidence. Aimlessness creates uncertainty. People naturally admire those who are moving towards something meaningful. Think about two ships. One has a captain. The destination is far away. Storms appear. The waves become violent. But everyone on board knows the ship has direction. The second ship is larger, newer, more expensive. But there's no captain, no destination. It simply floats wherever the current takes it. Which ship feels safer? Relationships work exactly the same way. One of the fastest ways to lose respect is showing disrespect. Watch how someone treats waiters, their parents, their coworkers, people who can't offer them anything. Kindness isn't weakness. It's emotional intelligence. Cruelty may look powerful for a moment, but eventually it reveals insecurity. A woman notices these things. Even when nothing is said, nobody expects perfection. Growth matters more than perfection. Imagine apologizing for the same behavior 10 times, 20 times, 30 times. At some point, the apology stops sounding sincere. It becomes a routine. Real apologies change behavior. Words without action eventually become emotional background noise. Growth is one of the strongest forms of respect you can offer someone. It says, I value this relationship enough to become better. Here's something many people misunderstand. Women don't lose respect because a man struggles. They lose respect because of how he handles struggle. Everyone falls. Everyone fails. Everyone feels afraid. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's choosing responsibility despite fear. Some of the most respected men aren't successful because life was easy. They're respected because they stayed honest when lying would have been easier. They stayed humble when arrogance would have been tempting. They stayed dependable when excuses were available. Character reveals itself during pressure, not comfort. Yes, but not with promises. With consistency. Respect returns slowly. Like trust. It's earned one action at a time, not one speech at a time. Flowers don't rebuild respect. Expensive gifts don't rebuild respect. Social media posts don't rebuild respect. Showing up again, again, and again. That's what rebuilds it. Because psychology teaches us something powerful. People don't believe what you say. They believe what you repeatedly do. At the heart of every lasting relationship isn't perfection. It's reliability. It's honesty. It's emotional maturity. It's becoming someone whose actions create peace instead of uncertainty. Respect isn't demanded. It isn't bought. It isn't controlled. It's inspired. And perhaps that's why losing respect feels so painful. Because it usually happens long before the relationship officially ends. By the time someone says, I don't feel the same anymore, they may actually be saying something much deeper. I stopped admiring the person you became. So here's a question worth thinking about. If respect is built by the choices we make every day, what small habit could quietly be strengthening or slowly destroying the respect in your own relationship? If this episode made you think differently about relationships and human psychology, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear the hard truth. Until next time, take care of your heart, protect your peace, and never stop growing.